good at. Life of a street performer.
Juggling, I mean, I learned when I was 10 years old at an elementary school carnival. A clown showed me the basic. You just throw it once, one hand to the other, and once you get one tossed down perfectly, even from hand to hand, you switch to two. And once you have two balls, and you get that done, then you go to three. And once you start with three, just go for 1, 2, 3, and catch it. And once you catch it, after the third time and keep doing that, you'll understand the pattern. And then you just keep going for 4 tosses, 5, 6, 7. It really kind of becomes exponential. And the better you get, the more fun you have. I really didn't juggle for years until I started traveling and found myself in Mexico throwing machetes in stoplights, hitchhiking across the interior of Mexico. And moved here and told me no machetes at City Hall, so got my clubs and raised up the money and bought this ball, and this is where I stand. Oh yeah, the balancing, I can just kind of feel it. I've been doing random balancing acts for a while now. Just kind of like standing on things. And I play a game called Dexterity in the Daily Life, where if I see something that looks tricky and challenging, like a down tree into another tree, walk up the down tree and then get into the other tree and climb down. Just take that challenge. If you put a challenge in your life, you can grow. If you don't put a challenge in your life, you'll never grow. So it's kind of like, I like the challenge. I like being able to find out, and then when you do random things, you can find out what you really like to do, and this is something I really like to do, so it works out great. I traveled down through the Baja, over to Guadalajara, over to Nayarit, Aguascalientes, Zacatecas, San Luis Potosí, Guanajuato, Hidalgo, Mexico City. I was there for about a year. And there's always these random challenges, like you have to just, oh, I'm going to throw them into the wind now, so they don't blow away. Well, like around here at this school right now, they haven't really gone into what I would like to see them go into, like different ways to implement solar panels. It's really just kind of like the factory style, like you take solar panels, put them on the house. Take solar panels, put them on the house. This is how you gauge wiring, this is how you do that. So you get the basic idea for it. But what I would like to see is just different ways to like think about it. Like you have solar panels, now you can put them over there. You can use it for a pump out in the field, and now you don't have to deal with worrying about filling up your water system because you have a pump that's pumping up water every time the sun's up. And right here in New Mexico, like you get 7 hours of pumping water a day, so you can just run a little DC pump off of a solar panel. You don't have to worry about inverters, you don't have to worry about any of that stuff. But like it's kind of, everybody seems to be being pushed by PNM. Because PNM has the requirement that has been put in place that they need to provide 30% of the electricity by, I don't remember what the date is exactly, but it needs to be renewable and sustainable energy. So what they're going for is they need solar panels everywhere. And they lease out people's houses and have solar panels. They buy the solar panels and put them up there. And they try to convince everybody to be grid-tied systems. So like, I mean, there's so many different ways to do it. What I've been looking into is using solar energy and like the solar thermal that they use for heating and attach that to something like a steam engine generator or else like a Stirling engine generator. So you're using small amounts of heat to create just that little bit of heat source that gets put on a compressed gas chamber like a Stirling engine generator and cause the piston to pump. And it's all about the delta T, the amount of the cold temperature on one side to the hot temperature on the other. So the hotter that it gets on the one side, the gas will expand, it'll hit that cold, and it'll contract, which will cause the piston to move. And then you attach that piston, to a crankshaft, and then that crankshaft will be attached to your generator, and that will spin the generator, and now the sun's going, and you're turning a generator off a little bit of heat from it, and you can basically charge your battery bank and electricity. A lot of people are outsourcing to China now, that China's really pumping them out. Like the average American panel costs about $3 to $4 a watt if you get a really good deal, in upwards of $6 or $7 a watt for your system. So if you buy like a 200-watt panel at retail price, you're paying $1,200 for the panel. But the Chinese, if you get even at retail price paying $350, then you're not even looking at anything close to that. You're like $700. I mean, it helps out a little bit, but not really, because it's like you can't hardly deal with China because they just have the manpower and the lack of labor laws. Like what we have here, it's just, we have one step above like the Germans, because I mean Germany just started outsourcing to here with like their, was it I think it was BMW. I want to say it was BMW that just built the plant in Detroit, because they pay their workers here $15 an hour compared to $33 an hour in Germany. So, but like, so other people might start moving here, but it really comes down to the people themselves to decide that they want to buy American made and they want to make it go. But the problem is everybody likes to make a dollar. It's a lot harder to make an extra dollar when you're paying an extra $3. So like, what it comes down to is just people have to just start doing it and making it happen. What I'm hoping for is like a little community center area where you could build like, on top of a school, just put something as simple as like a 10-15 watt panel on top, maybe 20 or 30 watts, and then just install something like some LED lights that run out 3 watts an hour, all the lights, so that they can have lights through the night and they can run classes longer so the kids can do their homework and stuff like that. The other thing I was thinking about, but like, is putting it up enough so they can run like a laptop, you know, like a mobile internet, but then you have to realize that when you put the internet in, you're bringing the evil to society that never existed to these people. And by giving them more money, because I mean they could sell their goods on the internet that they'd never be able to sell because they make high quality goods, and what happens is people come in, buy the goods from them, bring them back here, and then they sell those goods for 10 times as much as what they just bought them for. So it's like, if you can give them the facet to sell their goods, then you're going to have a lot better chance for them to make money. But then if they get money, and then the problem comes like, are they just going to buy food, or is it going to cause turmoil? What I start to think back to is, you see the movie The Gods Must Be Crazy, where the Coke bottle falls from the sky. I recommend it. It's like, in the movie what happens is a pilot throws a Coke bottle out of his airplane, and it lands in this village of the Bushmen. And they've never had anything harder than like sticks, because that's where they live, in the middle of like the desert with just trees barely anywhere, and they get this glass bottle that is the most wonderful tool they've ever got. But this glass bottle now has created hatred, and the kids begin to fight because it's what was never a necessity before has become a want and a need. And like, it causes turmoil amongst the people, it causes greed and anger and jealousy. And so it's like, I was talking to a guy that I was setting up solar thermal panels for up in Penasco. He told me when he went to Thailand in the late 80s, he would be putting them up for people, and then all of them, when they'd ask him, I was like, is this for the television?
What time do you guys
now we can make more money and we can do this. So like, he was warning me about the realities that you may come with the best intentions, like I want to set this up so they can have schools and they can make money for their village and they can do this and that, but then the reality comes that human nature takes over. And so I just want to make lights. That's my main goal, is just something as simple as lights, so that they can actually have a fully lit classroom and continue to teach the kids can keep reading at night. Because education is the most important thing.